A new GPU that's from a new company that's the same as a 3060. Sony decides that you should pay more money for backwards compatibility, and Nvidia decides that, hey, you wanna explode your computer and have it break apart at the same time because it's too powerful and too heavy? We've got just the thing for you. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news on the internet while you enjoy your Brett Fist. And in case you want to join us over on our Twitch channel right now, as this video is going live, we're currently doing meme review, where we review your hottest memes that you put over on our subreddit. So come join us, twitch.tv/UF Disciple. And I'm going to join you at thinking about the new InnoSilicon Fenghua No.1 GPU, which is now, according to reports, as fast as an RTX 3060 in similar scenarios. It's a 4K class chip, according to InnoSilicon, and that it's being tested with new performance indicators, and that it has outstanding performance on the Tungshin UOS operating system, which is obviously the one that everybody's using right now. It's part of China's initiative to get rid of Windows inside of China, but it's based on Linux, and it does appear like the Fenghua No.1 is performing admirably. Admirably is the word I'm supposed to be using. So the GPU itself is actually only competing with the RTX 3060 in 4K workloads, which we all know that the RTX 3060 is not made for that. So it just says that, hey, when you use it for not the same thing, it's roughly okay. And the whole reason we're even talking about the Fenghua No.1 is because, unlike other GPUs that have been made by other companies, this one supports things like DirectX and Vulkan and OpenGL, which are the APIs that are necessary to run video games. So even though this is a GPU that's likely only going to be released in China, it does appear to be opening up the competition portal to other companies, even if it's not just in the Western-centric mindset. And Sony seems to be having a money-centric mindset and also a stupid-centric mindset. Sorry, that's my opinion coming in real heavy right now here on Hot News, because they finally unveiled their PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Plus Extra, and PlayStation Plus Premium plans. Sorry, my mouth doesn't, it's a lot of P's, all right? It's the triple P's. Sony unveiling their competitor to Game Pass, and boy howdy, I don't think it's good. It's supposed to be launching in June, and the regular PlayStation Plus that exists right now, which allows you to pay for cloud saving and also download 2 free games a month because it's included with that payment, that still exists at $10 a month, which is all well and good. I can still keep the one that I have in order to have cloud saves, but then they're also offering the PlayStation Plus Extra, which allows you to get up to 400 PS4 and PS5 games that you can download and play offline. It's going to be opening up a few new games that are out there, such as God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, and Spider-Man Miles Morales, as well as Returnal, which is a PS5 game you should absolutely play. Sony, however, saying that this is going to be refreshed regularly, similar to Game Pass, so don't necessarily count on these games always being available in the library. And the price of the extra tier is $15 a month. Honestly, that doesn't sound too bad for me. You get access to a whole lot more titles for only $60 extra a year, which could potentially save you that much if you're just getting one extra AAA game out of this entire experience. But the really dumb one is the PlayStation Premium experience, because not only do you get the PlayStation Plus and the Plus Extra, but then you also get PS3 titles streamed via the cloud, and then PS1, PS2, and PSP games that you can either stream or download depending on what's going on. And it's essentially bundling PlayStation Now into PlayStation Plus, but then making it so that it's not as good because you can't download all of the games. And Sony decided not to give you backwards compatibility on their consoles so that they could upcharge you for it now in a worse way, and it's only available in select countries like the places that have PlayStation Now. So like, suck it, South Africa, in case you wanted to play PS3 games on your PS5. You should have thought about that in 2010 when you bought your first PlayStation 3. That one's going to cost $18 a month, which I do think is at least somewhat reasonable. They're only charging $3 more a month in order for you to get the cloud features, but this is probably going to be the least subscribed to one, because I think it's absolutely the dumbest plan. But it also does seem a little weird with the PlayStation Plus Extra that you don't get all of the PlayStation games as they're rolling out, similar to how Game Pass does it, where you get a lot of the Xbox exclusives on day one. Whereas here, just Sony says, hey, we're not going to do that, because we feel if we were to do that with the games that we make at PlayStation Studios, that virtuous cycle would be broken of how many people buy their stuff, and the level of investment that we need to make in our studios would not be possible. And we think the knock-on effect on the quality of the games that we would make. It would not be something that gamers want, which is just, you know, okay, I hear you. It's just, it makes it so that it's less valuable than Game Pass. That's just what it comes down to. Xbox is deciding, hey, we're going to take a loss right now on how we're building out this ecosystem that will eventually reap us benefits and huge profits down the line and get more people in what we're doing. Sony's just like, we're already good enough, so just eat what we feed you, baby. Doesn't that feel right?
Xbox is going to take over the world.
Okay, PlayStation 5, man. Eat what I feed you. Say yum yum.
Yum yum.
There we go. And you're gonna eat what I feed you, which is some of the Cryptostonks. Bitcoin. It's down 0.5%, still really high up, 47,639. That's a lot of money in Bitcoin. Ethereum up 0.3% to be at 34.24. Dogecoin down slightly, 3.2% to be at 14.5 cents. But there was some movement in the crypto world news out there because one of the largest places for NFT games got hacked. Axie Infinity's Ronin sidechain got hacked for roughly $625 million, or 173,600 Ethereum, which is just absolutely mind-boggling. This was done due to a 51% attack on the Ronin sidechain, which essentially means that out of all of the nodes that were out there, I believe it was 9, 5 of them were compromised by these hackers, which allowed them to just say, hey, we're taking over everything, and then you're going to give us all of your crypto, and that way we make tons and tons and tons of cash. I don't want to be my own bank. But while people are losing a whole bunch of crypto, you could lose a whole lot of fiat by following UFD Deals, but less losing than previous because we give you the hottest tech deals that are out on the internet. Thank you, Reece. Let's talk about MSI's GF65 15.6 inch 144 hertz i5 and RTX 3060 laptop. It's coming out for only $800 right now, which is roughly $300 off. Link for that is in the video description. The Razer Ornata keyboard is currently going for $54.99 or 45% discount, and the Razer Death Adder V2 Pro is going for $69.99, or that would make it on sale by roughly 46%. So check all of that out at the link in the video description. And do you want to check yourself out? And do you want to send text messages to yourself saying, hey baby, you're looking good today? Well, some Verizon customers got a text message like that, but not in the like flirting with yourself and like building up your self-esteem, more than like, hey, you paid your bill for March, here's a free little gift for you. And essentially it's just it's an advanced form of phishing, but it turns out that Verizon's aware that bad actors are sending spam text messages to some customers which appeared to come from their own number, which if I saw myself texting myself, I would be like, yeah, Brett, from the future, you're doing good here. But Verizon's working to figure out how to stop it and how for the bad actors to stop, you know, exploiting an infrastructure that should have been updated decades ago. Let's just, you know, forget all about that. And speaking of updating infrastructure, Fortnite updating their infrastructure. They're including a no build mode. Did you hear about this? It's not just like the season, right? That was only just like part of the story where they got rid of building for a little bit. They're including a zero build mode as part of the game moving forward.
Whoa, I'm so surprised.
He's so surprised. This is a shock. Who knew? It's so that you could go pew pew at each other without having the kids who just spam all the keys and then build up the skyscraper 65 stories in the air, and then they fall to death as you pew pew them on their way down, and then you're just like, what was that for? That was just a terrible display of nothing. And some people who use YouTube TV think it's a terrible display of nothing, especially when it comes to the audio. So YouTube TV is announcing that they're going to give you 5.1 surround sound, depending on which device you're using. Currently, it's being rolled out to Google TV, Android TV, and Roku, and then it'll be available on other things such as Apple TV, Fire, and etc. later on down the line. But in case you want better audio for YouTube TV, it's potentially coming to you right now. And what's coming to you yesterday is the RTX 3090 Ti being released for $1999. $2,000 is how much the 3090 Ti is available for. Reviews kind of put it anywhere between 5 and 15% faster than the RTX 3090 for 33% more, which is just, that's a great number you want to see right there. It's the fastest NVIDIA Ampere GPU that you could possibly buy out on the market right now. Everything's super fast, 450 watt TDP compared to the 350 watt on the RTX 3090. And this is just an absolute whopper dingle of a GPU, especially with certain GPUs having 2 of the brand new 16-pin power connectors, which means that they theoretically can consume up to 1,200 watts. In practicality, with this like Galax Hall of Fame OC Lab Edition, its max power consumption is 516 watts, so not really getting anywhere all the way near that, but even things like EVGA also has that on their Kingpin model, so just suck in all of the heavy juice. And EVGA also releasing the E-Leash for your 3090 Ti, okay? You think your GPU is getting out of hand? Well, you better leash it up, okay? Because that 3090 Ti, which is 3.5 slots, well, it might break your PCI Express slot. It might sag really heavy. So they came out with an E-leash that only works with the 3090 Ti, but it attaches to one of your fan screws and then makes it so that it stops sagging in the actual case. And they have an install guide right here. You see, you attach it to the 3090 Ti and then it suspends it so that it's not, which is good stuff. Thank you, EVGA, for thinking of the people who want to make sure that everything's perfectly level. And I'm going to level it with you right now. This episode of Hot News is over. If you're watching it live, come join us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/UFDisciple, because we're doing the meme review right now, and I'd love to review memes with you. So come and rate them, and then we'll see you here tomorrow for more hot tech news. Chips.